Okay, so we'll talk about the non-farm payroll, like I earlier said, unemployment rates, um, and all whatnot. Okay, we'll talk about majorly all the major economic indicators. We'll come again and talk about proper money management, where we'll be learning how to plan our trades. Okay, that includes setting up a trading journal and all that. So that's what we'll be doing basically. We'll be talking about um, the basic, intermediate, and advanced sections. Okay, so that's what our class, that is what this training is going to be all about. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. I believe a lot of persons are here. Let me see, we have about 35 persons in attendance. And okay, I believe how many of us have read the last um the last file I shared on the group? How many of us have already? I think I shared the file which contains the, yes, I shared this file. That was the first assignment. I told us to read. So how many of us had the time to read? How many of us had the time to read this? Please, if you did, simply just say, yes, I did. If you did, just send on the group that, yes, I did. Just chat on the, just say chat. If you did, just say, yes, I did, please. Okay. Just Fields. Okay, Mr. George said he read it. Awesome. And so it means only one person did read. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, Wisdom said it did. David said it did. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, two persons are raising their hands up. Let's see. Now, if I call your name, you can simply unmute yourself. If you have any question, you ask. Okay, so Emmanuel, please. I'll start with Emmanuel. It's first on the list. Emmanuel, what is your question, please? Or you can type your question invariably. I think that will be better. You can type your question. Try to save our time. Okay. I think you type. Yeah, type. If you have a question as well, just type. I'll take my time. I'll do well to come back to the screen and read your question and answer them, or I can just reply as well immediately. Okay, so for Emmanuel, Abraham, and Obi Christian, please simply type in your question on the messenger and I'll reply. Okay, so you can look for the message box and type in your question. So I'm just going to do a rundown of, for those of us who are not here, I'm not going to be reading everything. Like, I'm not the reading type. I prefer us doing the reading. All I do is more practical section, but today is more like an introduction of what we'll be doing basically. So we'll just see. Trading is all about purely economics, and like we all know, economics is buying and selling in a layman term. All right, but economies actually have to do with the study of how society utilize their resources. And we have two types of economics. We have micro and macroeconomics. I believe all of us all went through secondary school here in Nigeria or any other place you are in the world, and we have, I believe most of us were taught microeconomics. Okay, but what we are doing in forex is actually more of macroeconomics, which is on a larger scale. Okay, so the microeconomics is more like the study of decisions made by people and businesses regarding allocation of resources and prices of goods and services. It also takes into account tax and regulation created by governments. So the microeconomics focuses on supply and demand and other forces that determines the price level in the economy. It takes what is referred to as the bottom to top approach to analyze the economy. All right, so in summary, the microeconomics is just the economy within a particular country in question. Example, Nigeria. Another example is the UK economy. Another awesome example is the US economy. Okay, now for you to properly ascertain the macroeconomy of Nigeria, I can start saying the economy is bad by giving you reasons why I said that. Okay, I can properly say that the economy of Nigeria is bad because there is high unemployment rates. All right, there is low production. When it comes to the gross domestic product, which is our GDP, we have more imports than exports. Okay, we are more of a consuming nation than a producing nation. That is, at that level, we're having a trade deficit, which leaves us with a poor and bad economy. Okay, so you start analyzing from the bottom, and because we are an importing nation, our production is all down, which is leading to what? High unemployment rates. Okay, so you do a bottom to top analysis, and you can now determine if the economy is poor or not. Okay, that is how microeconomics. So, but when we come to the macroeconomics, where the macroeconomics deal more like the behavior of a country on how its policies affect its economy as a whole and interrelation with other economics. All right, so in the microeconomies, I'm not comparing the economy of Nigeria and Ghana. I can start arguing that the Nigerian economy is better than the Ghanaian economy because there is higher inflation rate in Ghana than in Nigeria. I can also categorically say that the economy of China is better than the economy of Nigeria because China has more production than Nigeria. All right, and if I was to trade the yuan against the naira, I'll be buying the yuan than buying the naira. Okay, so it's just like the naira against, okay, we understand the US against naira because Nigeria is automatically becoming a dollar predominant economy. So the dollar will continue to go up because the US economy is better than what the Nigerian economy. That is what the macro economics are. So this is the basics and foundation for what Forex is all about. All right, so you need to understand the economics playing out at all time. So this is what you are supposed to properly understand at every point in time before you buy and sell. Just have that at the back of your mind that you need to understand for every pair the economics playing behind this pair. Just take it down that I need to understand every economy before I can buy and sell. Like today, like I said earlier on, today is the NFP, the non-farm payroll for the US economy. Now that said, if you check the data, the US economy added more jobs, which means if there is high unemployment rate, it means more people are working, there's more spending power. All right, there's more retail sales, which means employment rate will go down. Automatically, the economy is good. What do you do when the economy is good? You simply would buy. Okay, so all you have to do is look for an economy that is dwindling. All right, and I can pick a good example. I can say the CHF is bad because most African countries are pulling out from their French colony, and for me, that is a weakening of the Swiss francs. All right, so you begin to understand a global understanding of how the market works, and you begin to make good decisions, and you end up making money. If you make bad decisions, you lose money. That is how simple the market can be. All right, so that is what microeconomics is in a nutshell. Then another important aspect for you to be as a forex trader is statistics. All right, so statistics is just basically collation of data, classification. Now the beauty in forex is we are not the one that will be calculating this data. This data has already been calculated for us. So in the course of our training, we'll be learning on where to go get this data. Sometimes some of them could be free, some of them can actually be paid for. All right, you can pay for most of these data, and there are a few free data websites like the Forex Factory, the Forex Streets, investing.com, where you can go and get information and statistics that can make you, you can use to get data to statistics to draw up your conclusions. Okay, so that's it basically. For you can take your time and read up this thing, this handout I'm going through right now. So now that takes us to what we call business finance. Finance is just money we need to establish and run a business, okay, which include monetization and diversifying operations and expansion. And the more successful you manage your money, the higher the odds are for profitability. Okay, so that is what. But why money required for carrying out business activities is called the business finance. So you can take your time and read the scope of business finance, but that takes us to, you can also read the nature and significance of business finance. Okay, but that takes us more like the financial market. Okay, the financial market is more like financial markets are the market where financial transactions are done, like the name suggests. The financial transaction generally refers to creation or transfer of financial assets, also known as financial instruments or securities. Then the financial transaction channels funnel funds from investors who have an excess of available funds to issuers or borrowers who must borrow funds to finance their businesses. So since the early 1970s, this is more like a preamble to the history of Forex. Okay, so see, the financial market in various countries has experienced a significant development. As a result, world financial markets are larger and are increasingly integrated and have a wide range of financial instruments available for investing and financing. So we have the structure of the markets. We have different types of financial markets. So the number one is the debt market. All right, the debt market is more like the equity market, or what we generally know as the foreign exchange. Okay. We have the financial market is divided into the debt market, the equity market, which is almost the same thing as the stock market. Then we have the foreign exchange market, the forex market, which we will be studying. Then we have the mortgage market and the derivative markets. Okay, now we are focusing on the forex market because it is the largest market, but we need to understand that the financial market is actually very broad. So the debt markets, the debt instruments are traded in the debt market. Also refers to the bond market, like we all know, and I think it's the government that usually issues the bonds. Okay, so equity instruments are traded in the equity markets. That is for equities, are also known as the stock markets. Okay, so we have the bond, we have the stocks. Now the stocks are more like mostly run by the individual, even though the government sometimes run a few conglomerates. Alright, it's mostly owned by individuals, so you can invest in stocks. I think Nigeria has the third largest stock market in the world, even though the fourth largest stock market in the world. And but that now takes us to the major market we'll be studying, which is the foreign exchange market, where currencies are converted so that funds can be moved from one country to another. Activities in the foreign exchange market determine the foreign exchange rate and the prices of one currency in terms of another. So the volume of foreign exchange transaction worldwide is currently over, okay, let's say 6 trillion on a daily basis. Unofficially, by me, I think the market has over $10 trillion, if you ask me. Okay, so we have the mortgage market, which is more like a long-term loan that you use for. It's more like the real estate market, and it's also a very big booming market in Nigeria. Okay, now why the financial derivatives are contract that derive the value from underlying financial assets. Derivative instruments include option contracts, future contracts, and derivative instruments. And forward contracts and swap agreement as well. So one market that is not mentioned here to cap this class is the crypto market. It's an emerging market. If you go to the coin market cap, you see the total money in circulation. As at the last bull run, I think we have over $3 trillion, and I think in future the crypto market is what is going to take over the forex market. But currently, the forex market remains the largest market in the world, the largest market and the most liquid market currently. So, any questions so far? Any questions so far? If you have any question, you can easily type on the message. You can easily type on the message and I will answer them. Okay, so I want to believe no questions so far. So let's proceed. Let's proceed. Now we're just going to do a quick rundown of a few terminologies for today, and we would call it a day to continue the class tomorrow. Are we okay with continuing the class tomorrow, or we would prefer we'll continue on Monday? So if you prefer tomorrow, just say tomorrow. If you want on Monday, just type on Monday. Which will you prefer? Okay, I think more persons are saying tomorrow. Just David is saying Monday. Okay, we have a few Mondays. Okay, no problem. Okay, let's continue for now first. Let's continue for now. Okay, so firstly we'll talk about the history of forex. The history of forex is as old as man, actually, because it's as good as the history or how money has evolved over time. All right, so we have money, like I earlier said, is as old as man, and man has always looked for a way to exchange goods and services. All right, so the first form of goods and services we all know about was by trade, by barter. All right, but after that, because there is always an imbalance in this exchange means, that was what gave the evolution of money, and people, the early man, started using different means of money, different ways to actually devise a means of exchange of goods and services. All right, and because I might have surplus of yam and I might not need your plantain, and you might have too much of cassava, I might not be needing it at that time. I might be a house builder, and building a house might not be equivalent to just 10 tubers of yam. So if you go through the history of money, this is also an assignment. You can take your time and enjoy yourself, and more like read through the history of money, and you discover that some communities went as far as using a stone to as a means of exchange. When you are in charge of that money, you now roll the stone to your house. You're now the richest man in that community. But if you read properly, you also discover that calories were being used before we had coin, and currently in our current situation we have paper money, and money is also evolving, and we now have electronic money, which is the cryptocurrency. All right, so you can take your time and read through the history of money so that we'll not waste our time. And that takes us to what is forex. Forex is just simply a coined word for two words, the FOR for foreign and the XE for exchange. So it just a two words or a coin together as foreign exchange. So it's FOREX. So it's not the forex that we know that is in the jungle. All right. So that is what forex is basically, and that takes us to what we can trade in the forex market. Um, Today we'll just do majorly of theory, and maybe in our next section we'll learn a few things on installation and how to navigate the MetaTrader 4. Okay, so today is more like introduction, like I earlier said. I believe some of us I've sent two books to the group earlier on. I believe I've sent two books on the group. So most of these things I'm reading out are just like summaries of uh, the books you've been reading. So what you should be doing more from tomorrow is more of practicals. It will show us where we can get these currency pairs and other instruments we'll be trading on the MetaTrader 4. And like Trade Nation as a broker offers a lot of instruments like the major pairs and the minor pairs. They also offer commodities like gold and crude oil and a few CFDs, which is more like stocks. Okay, I think we also offer, as a brokerage, we also offer cryptocurrencies too as well. Okay, let me see. You said before that one can enter into a trade, you need to know the economy of the country before trading. So which site can I get to get a site? Okay, now Abraham, to answer that, this is just a beginning, kind of. Okay, as the class progresses, when we get to proper fundamental analysis, I'm going to be explaining the sites, how to. So even if I tell you the site right now, you will not be able to analyze the data. So it's going to be one step at a time. But just to quell your curiosity, you can go to forexfactory.com, and you will get a glimpse of what we're talking about. We have other websites like I earlier mentioned, and when we get to fundamental analysis, I will take time to teach all the individual fundamental indicators like I earlier mentioned, the unemployment rates, the gross domestic product, retail sales. The list is actually endless. Okay, non-farm payroll and interest rates, and so on and so forth. Okay, we'll talk all about that as. So let's take it one step at a time. I actually mentioned earlier on that if you don't get your basic class right, you're not going to succeed in the market. The basic is like a foundation, and it's very important that you get it right. Okay, so let's continue. So these are the instruments we trade in the market. Then let's go to who are the major participants in the market. We have the major participants in the market. We have the major participants is number one, the government. Actually, the government are the number one major participants in the market, followed by the central bank of each countries. Okay, then after the central banks, we now have the intermediary banks. All right, intermediary banks include banks like JP Morgan's, Barclays Bank, and so many of them. Okay, all the major big banks in the world. They also have the commercial banks. Okay, we have the commercial banks as well, and we have large corporate bodies. We also have investment and hedge fund managers, and we have investment and hedge fund managers and brokerage firms. Okay, those are the major participants in the market, and we are the minor participants. Me and you, individuals all over the world, make up the market. All right, I think at this junction we would we'll continue from here. Time to trade the markets, so that you properly understand the different sections of the market. So this is like an assignment. Take your time and read up the sections in the market. When we come tomorrow, I'll start from there and I will explain it properly. I think, and that's also this is a reminder that we should try to be on time so that the class will start at exactly 8 o'clock, and so that we can have a run time, a good time, and learn more. Okay, so it was nice having you guys today. I hope to see you tomorrow. You can also share the links because we've not gone far. You can share the links with your friends and let them join the class. Okay, so see you guys tomorrow. Some persons are just joining now. Some people are just joining now.